guys, it's Cindy with the Resell Remedy. How is everybody doing this week? Hope everybody is happy and healthy and everything's going the way you need it to go. Today I'm going to talk about a few things. I'm going to show you some of the things I sold, but at first I want to talk about why your stuff isn't selling. Say you've had something listed and this is like the second or third time you've had to put it back up for the 30 days. And yeah, that happens. You do have to relist, the sell simulators. You do have to do that with some of your items. But let's go into a checklist today. Let's make sure we've got all our T's crossed and our I's dotted to make sure that we are, putting our best foot forward to get this product gone, to get it out of our inventory, and to, relist new stuff. Okay, so here, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why your stuff ain't selling or could not be selling. And the first one, guys, the first one is if you've listed it for the first 30 days and you got nothing, and what I usually do after the first 30 days, because I don't do auctions, guys, I only do auctions on stuff that is like desperate to get rid of. But if you list it for the first 30 days and it's not moving, the first thing I want you to check on is the pictures. Your picture quality could be your downfall. Either you're taking pictures and it's too far away, or you're not getting each and every angle of your product, or you've like in my case, I take a lot of my pictures with my camera on my phone, and for some reason my camera on my phone will take it a little blurry, and it doesn't show up that way when I'm taking it, but when I list it, I look and I'm like, oh, great. Sometimes I'll just leave it if it's not too bad, and sometimes I'll just delete it and redo it, but I've had that problem happen myself. So that's the first thing I do, is check those pictures, and if those pictures aren't right, and if I don't have enough of them, now they give you 12 slots for free pictures in there. Use them if you can. Take every angle of your product or your item, your sweater, your pants. Take every angle you possibly can. And that may be one of the things that's going wrong. Now, another thing I check, especially if it has gone another 30 days. Now, I start to get worried at that point. Okay, so I've checked my pictures, and now I think I need to check my pricing. I have to check my pricing, make sure I did my comparables. That's going online, looking at something that's similar to yours and seeing what it's sold for and seeing what other people are listing it for, if there is one active now. And comparables, compare your pricing. Now, you don't want to go too low on your pricing, guys, and I can't stress that enough. Too low means your stuff is junk. People don't want to buy junk. If it's too low, it's junk. If it's right, a little too close to the edge of being too high, then that's okay. Because if you've got a best offer, these guys can bid on it. But if you want to have a buy it now only feature, put it right there or just a little bit under the comparables. But check your pricing, guys. This could be a big issue as well. Next thing you want to check, and this is very, very important, is your shipping. Shipping materials. We know they cost money. And USPS does give us free shipping materials if we use their service. But you guys have been selling now, you should probably know or figure this out for yourself, that the USPS free shipping boxes and bags and stuff can be considerably higher for the customer. So if you're only using the USPS free shipping products, you might want to check to see what just getting a standard poly mailer or a standard box would be, just a regular box, a regular poly mailer or a padded mailer would be compared to the rates you're shipping your customer in the USPS postal shipping boxes that are free. You might be saving your customer a lot more money because your shipping may be a little too high for them. So that's something for you to look at too. Adjust that if necessary. And trust me, guys, I understand that shipping products are they're expensive. But for pennies, you can buy something da, 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 da. 25 of the poly mailers will run you about $12. You can get them cheaper than that. I've got some that are around $6 and $8, for the smaller ones. And what it saves you on shipping by not using the padded mailers or the flat rates that the post office gives you may help you to sell your product. It may help move it a little bit more, if you know what I'm talking about. But you might want to check into those shipping things too. If that you think might be another part you need to adjust, because customers know, guys, customers know shipping shouldn't be that high, especially when we're dealing with people like Walmart, Amazon, all these other people that shipping is just pennies, sometimes free. So, um, charging free shipping for us would cut into our costs unless we're adding it into the price, and some people do that. But when you add the shipping into your price and the people start to search your price, they're going to look, say you've got a stuffed animal here that is $3, and then another stuffed animal, the same stuffed animal, same everything, but it's listed for 15. Customers may not look at the part where it's got the little truck, it says free shipping, or the free shipping under there. They'll just bypass that and say, whoa, they want way too much for that. Let's go back up and see what this other one is. Or you get the idea, guys. Seriously. Okay, number 4. Look at the details in your description. I want you to take a look at your description that you got in, or your description box, and I want you to see what you got in there. If it's a blouse, pants, or whatever, make sure you got your measurements in there. Make sure you got a description of good condition. If it's new, let people know it's new in that description too, as well as the box that it tells you to check. And just make sure everything, your details are all there about this item. What the material is like, what the material is made out of. Even though you may have checked that box to what the material is made of, list in your description as well. Make sure you got a good description and a good idea of what that product is, and let that customer know. Yes and no. Customers do read the descriptions, and no, some customers don't read the description, which leads me to my next thing that you need to check. Number 5, the biggest thing that you can do, and this is huge, guys, is your listing title on your search bar. Right there, when you're listing this thing. Say you're listing a toy train. A toy train. Say you're listing a toy train. This is a used toy train. This is not an electronic train. It's just a little push train, that kids drag around with a string, and it's an antique, that kind of thing. What you want to do is, if it's a brand name, you're going to want to list that first. The toy train, string, and then you want to list if it's an antique, and make sure it's an antique, guys, just because you're 20-something selling these things, and this thing is like 10 years old. It's not an antique. I think it's got to be over 20 years. I don't sell antiques, so I don't know, but I think it's got to be over 20 years old to be an antique. But anyway, guys, just make sure, and you put that in there. You can put the date. If you've got an actual date of the product, you can put that in there too. But you don't have to put used. You don't have to put anything like that in there. Cute. Stay away from words like cute, used, new, adorable, lovely color. I've seen a lot of them. And guys, I make mistakes on my listing headers too. My biggest one that I make a mistake is my spelling. So do like I do. Get spell check up. If you're uncertain about a word, make sure spell checks out. Because I tell you, I am the worst speller. I don't know whether my mind thinks really quickly or what it is, but I will misspell a word in a heartbeat. And anyway, I am a bad speller, trust me. But make sure that title, that search bar, is in good order, guys. Now, I've given you 5 tips and tricks on things that might be going wrong with your listing. And after you've done all these things, and you're like positive that, why ain't my item selling? Is it junk? take a good look at it and see if it is junk. If it's just something you need to get rid of, then go ahead, put it on auction, and start your bidding. And if it doesn't move, then just, guys, don't waste a whole heck of a lot of time on it. And, after a few months, you might want to just consider donating it. And you do get a tax write-off for donating products to Goodwill, Salvation Army, and places like that. But that's it for that, guys. Now let's go on to showing you what's sold for me in the past week or so here. Let me get this switched over if I can. Okay, guys, here we are again. These are some of the things that I sold. This is a leopard print sheer panel. Now, these were 2 panels. I had the hardest time trying to photograph these guys. Finally, I just folded them down and laid them on the table and took a couple of pictures. You can see right here. These guys actually sold immediately after I listed them. I was very shocked, but hey, they were in good condition, and they sold, and the customer was happy with them. But it's so hard taking pictures of curtains, guys. So do the best you can. You can see, I mean, I didn't even fold this thing well. I was just so aggravated with it because it's got that sheer material, and it would not fold properly for me. I'm serious. Okay, next thing I'm going to show you is this. This is, my husband brought home, we've got a dog that is just OCD with balls. I mean, you can even say the word ball, and he goes nuts. I mean, seriously, guys, he goes nuts. And so my husband, these came from a pro club, and my husband did a service call. He's heat and air conditioning, and my husband did a service call for one of the pro club members, and he had tons and tons and tons of used tennis balls in his garage. And my husband said, ask him if he could get a couple of them. The man loads his truck up. My husband comes home, and I must have 300 of these tennis balls in my house. And they're under the couch, they're under the stereo cabinet, they're in the vents. they are just everywhere. And so I told my husband, I said, let me try something. I'm going to box up 20 of them and see if they sell. And I listed them in 2 categories, guys. I listed them in the pets, and I also listed them in let's see, where else did I list them? I think I listed them in toys. I think I listed them in toys, guys, and I listed them in pets. I did pay the extra 20 cents to list them in a separate category, and you can do that. I suggest you doing it for items that you want to see if they'll sell, and you don't mind spending the extra 20 cents. But yeah, guys, these sold. As you can see, $10 plus $7.52 shipping. I did get all that, and the customer was very pleased with it. Okay, guys, next one. This is one of the biggest items I've ever sold. Yes, I know some of you guys sell a lot more expensive stuff than this, but this was, my husband and I are blade collectors, knife collectors, and this was one in our collection, and I decided to get rid of this with my husband's permission, of course. I did not sneak it onto eBay. I'm not that evil yet, but this did sell, and it sold rather fast, and it was a beautiful knife. But you can see my photographs, if you can see the top of that should have came out a lot better. Now, some of the other ones did come out better, but see how my camera does, guys? I've got that little haze going on there, and it just drives me absolutely nuts. But I've got to get a better camera system, going here, and I'm working on that. But pictures are very important, guys, just like I said. Next one is, this is an Easter basket left over from Easter, and it's brand new. And you can see, let's see. See this little guy? He's got tags. He came from Walmart. It was just an extra one. Sometimes you get them on sale, and I suggest doing this after all the holidays, guys. Grab everything you can for 50% off, 75% off, and then you can list it and get full price for it. I think the original price on this was $12.99, but I got it $8 for it plus shipping, and you know, it didn't cost me that much. So pick those up, guys. Next is, uh, you can see him. He's kind of tarnished. Oh, let me see. Yeah, there you go. You can see him. He's kind of old. This little guy right here, this Raymond. All right. This is from the original Wii, and it's a charging station. Now, guys, this is one of the things I want to talk to you about the headings. You can see I listed here Wii Raymond Raving Rabbit Stool Charger. And the little asterisks I put here, not tested. I could not test this. And under the category where it says used, I also let people know there was some aging on the rabbit, and he does light up when he's plugged in. This sold too. Now, this is one of my items that I had to relist. Probably, I think I originally started his pricing at $12, and I lowered it. But this was listed twice. This was a 60-day list. So you do have to do that, guys. But I had to make sure all my T's were crossed and I's dotted as well. Okay, guys, next one is Halloween costume. This is an old ghoul costume of my daughter's from a while back. It's in good shape, and of course, it's sold for Halloween. I think it's almost too late to get your Halloween stuff out there now, guys, but Halloween costumes, save them, list them for next year. This right here was a coloring book that I got at the Dollar General store. I picked up a few of these guys, and I forget what. I think we paid, my daughter, she's an artist. She loves to draw. I think we paid like $2 for these guys, and I think I took a best offer on this one for $4. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. This was a best offer of $4. But it's so nice, though. I mean, it's a really good. Can you see the detail in this book? It's just amazing. Look at that. I mean, it's just a good book. But anyway, this is a good coloring book. And don't pass items up like this, guys. If you're in the Dollar General or Dollar Store, check them out. See if they scan them. Scan that sucker. See if you can get some money for it. Even if it's a couple of dollars, it means a lot. All right, this item was a donation for me from a friend, and in a box of clothing. And this sold rather fast, actually. You can see it's a cape, like a poncho cape, and you know, I really messed up on this. See this? This is horrible. This is all this says. Woman's hooded poncho. I didn't put nothing else on there. And I don't know what got into me. I didn't put nothing, but this sold really quick. So, I mean, I don't know. But anyway, I put pre-owned and good use condition. But I mean, it was in good condition, and the customer was very happy with it and satisfied. So that's it, guys. That's it for what I have to show you for today. And I hope that everything's going good, and I hope you have a good rest of the week. And my room, can you see behind me? This room is a disaster. I have been trying to get organized, but in the process of getting organized and working at the same time, and it has been everything keeps falling in here. And you guys that do resell and you sell, no matter how much you sell, it gets cluttery after a while. All right, guys, I want you to take care. This is Cindy with the Resell Remedy saying have a great week. Bye now.